So you have to appreciate the space that you are at that moment to appreciate your gift.
There you go.
Okay.
A lot of people, they run first and saying, okay, my gift, my gift, my gift. Well, look at your space. What does your space need? And then that's when you start looking at yourself and being like, by the way, I can solve that for that person. I can solve that for that person.
Hi everybody, my name is Rose Faith. Welcome back to Actualize Talks with Dr. C.
Hey, good
How
to
are
see
you?
I'm well, all is well. I'm ready for a new segment.
Yay.
Ready to hear what this, all the questions and, keep them coming.
I'm excited. I'm excited about today's topic. I hope you had a great week and I hope you enjoyed our previous conversation. It was thrilling and please check it out. Actualize Talks on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Like, subscribe, and comment. All right, let's get started.
Okay.
So today,
Okay.
we've talked about purpose a lot, and there's one thing I wanted us to focus on, like recognizing gifts and opportunities in pursuit of purpose.
Okay.
So, how do we recognize the gifts and while we are pursuing and opportunities while are pursuing our purpose? Because I remember previously we mentioned about being resilient, overcoming obstacles, but now how do we recognize that and also and how does gratitude help?
Okay.
I know it's a mouthful, but yeah.
Okay, I will do my best to kind of get to some of those things. Let me start with gifts.
Yes.
Okay, so purpose and gifts. We have been created by God and endowed certain not rights, that's the political science in me, certain gifts.
Wow.
Okay?
Yes.
Because the way it says we have all been created by God equal and endowed certain inalienable rights.
Yes.
But in the same way, we have been created with certain gifts. Now, the thing about gifts is gifts are unique to who you are and your makeup.
Yes.
Okay? And sometimes it's difficult for gifts that are not too outward to be discovered. Okay? It's one thing to be born 7'6".
Okay.
Okay? There's some chance you'll be a great athlete.
Yeah.
Okay, in a sport like basketball. So there's certain gifts that are what I would call more outward, the ones that are easier to discover even from the time you're small.
Yes.
And then there are gifts that are subtle. These are gifts that you don't even know you have, though others appreciate.
Yeah.
Right? Take, for example, somebody who everybody comes to them just because they want to talk about their lives and what's going on. You may have the gift of being a great counselor, mentor. And so there are certain gifts that are more subtle, some that are more forward. Now, one of the things that I always encourage is, and it's something we have, the book, Actualize Languages.
Yes.
The first step is gain knowledge. All right? So I would argue, number one, how do I discover my gifts in purpose?
Yes.
Purpose. You've been created by God and you've been created for a person, for people. So you have to know whose you are and whom you've been created for. Now, in your sphere of influence, where you're living with your family and everything, there are certain things those people need from you. Now, that's where your gift makes room for you.
Oh, yes.
All right? Because even if you have a gift, if it is not in the right space and place, it is not a useful gift.
Sure.
For example, do you know, I heard that a lot of pilots are short, like airline fighter pilots.
Really?
Yeah, because they fit better in cockpits.
Wow.
Okay, so if you're tall, your gift of being an excellent basketball player may be a hindrance. So not every gift that you have is applicable. So you have to first know whose you've been created for or for whom you've been created for, and then discover what gift or talent that's in you is there to impact that particular space.
So you have to appreciate the space that you are at that moment to appreciate your gift.
There you go.
Okay.
A lot of people, they run first and saying, okay, my gift, my gift, my gift. Well, look at your space. What does your space need? And then that's when you start looking at yourself and being like, by the way, I can solve that for that person. I can solve that for that person. That's one way to discover who you are, And even going back to the Actualize languages, check out the book Actualize Languages. It's on live on Amazon.
Will come with the next episode.
All right. Yeah, it's coming. And so when you discover your language, who you are, how you communicate, how you relate, your strengths and your weaknesses, that's one way to start molding yourself in understanding your gifts. Okay. So one way is to do the research. So if you do the Actualized Languages test, if you read through the Actualized Languages book, that's one step, because now you know this is my language, this is who I am, and these are the types of gifts and talents people like me have. So that's one cheat sheet. See, this is why coaching is so important, because a coach or a mentor will help you discover hidden gifts and talents, gems that you have not thought of yet. So the first step, I'll argue, is you can do that. That's a shorter route. Okay. The other route is to first examine the space. And here's the thing. You look at the space and you discuss, you search for needs in the space that you are uniquely created for.
The space and the needs. Okay. So you look at your space and you fulfill. So it's like when you see a problem with something, like you're solving problems in that particular space.
There you go.
Okay.
What's the problem? There were not enough tall people, maybe. And guess what? Somebody who is very tall showed up, and boom, they're a superstar. More people buy tickets because this person can dunk. It's more exciting than just, you see?
Yes.
You come to a space, there is not enough one, there's not enough two. So when you enter a space, what I've been learning is, when you talk about now purpose and talents, and I'm trying not to navigate too far from that.
Yes.
Which is, you can look at yourself and say, I am just ordinary. And a lot of people, they feel like that's who they are. I'm just ordinary Joe. There's nothing too exciting about me. I'm not LeBron James. I'm not, I'm not connected. But I think sometimes we miss the point of what purpose and vision are. See, everybody has an audience.
Yes.
And everybody has a sphere of influence. The only difference is God allows each one of us to enter into different spheres according to our maturity, according to how much we were willing to invest in ourselves and to grow. So that is what creates your spheres.
Yes.
Okay? So at each sphere, like when you have a husband, your gifts and talents can help your wife. If your wife maybe is good at one thing, you're good at accounting, then you apply your accounting skills there because you're disciplined with finances.
Sure.
That's a simple example, right? You go to an organization, they don't know how to manage money, but the same skill that helped you, the talent of a finance helped you, that now helps that organization.
That's true.
So you can see how now your gift is taking you from one level to another. So how do I discover my gifts? I discover my gifts within my spheres of influence. What's my spheres of influence? My spheres of influence is my community. How do I discover my community? I have to ask God, and I have to take time to discover whom I have been called for.
Oh man, that is amazing. But our time is up, unfortunately.
Already? Wow.
I do have a quick why question.
Okay.
You've mentioned basketball a lot. Why basketball, not football?
Why basketball, not football? Simple. Because there's a gentleman called Victor Wembanyama that I'm currently watching, and he's phenomenal. And and this is side. I know this is not actualized stuff, but he is the first person where you can say he's comparative to somebody called LeBron James, or somebody called Jordan. He has the potential and the opportunity. He just needed the sphere of influence, which was the NBA, to apply his talents. Now, if he is wise and applies his talents and nurtures that, he will move himself from just an ordinary basketball player to a transformative basketball player, right?
Right.
So that's the next thing, which is once you discover your gifts, you must find your arena. when you find your arena, you must be willing to be disciplined enough to continuously apply yourself with a vision.
With a vision.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you. I feel like our time always runs out. And I had another question attached to that topic, but we'll see how we can tackle that next time. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for staying tuned. Apparently our time is up. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Keep it Actualize Talks. Thank you. See you then.
Bye-bye.
Welcome to Actualize Talks, your destination for purpose discovery, setting vision goals, and fostering leadership growth.
I'm joined in studio by Dr. Casper.
Joining me now in the studio, we have Dr. Casper.